Hey guys, alright, just before the show starts, I wanted to let you guys know that my fight against cancel culture is still happening. Please go to the description below. There's a link titled Support My Fight Against Cancel Culture. If you want to help my fight, please consider giving a bit of a donation. All the information's in that link. With that being said, enjoy the show.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Let's Talk with, me and you, whoever's watching. I just thought I would see how you guys are doing, and I hope we'll just have a nice conversation. We'll see what you guys want to talk about in just a moment as more people join in. Not really much news on my side. I think, getting settled into the new place. Speaking of which, let me just do that a little bit. Yeah, there we go. All right. So just getting settled into the new place. I've changed my bookshelf a little bit, and I've added some stuffs. And of course, Gideon was supposed to deliver a hat, and he didn't. So Gideon, if you ever watch this, I'm just saying, you need to deliver on your promises, my friend. Cool. So I'm just going to have a nice chat with you guys. I'm just waiting for a few more people to join in. Feel free to comment in the live chats if you have anything you want to say. What do you want to talk about? Let me know. We'll just have a nice, calm conversation. I'll also let you guys know what is upcoming in the few weeks to come. I've just uploaded new YouTube events, and there's some exciting things happening. There's some exciting guests ahead, some exciting conversations, excuse me. And we're going to have a bit of fun. I see Chris White is also going live, I think. Or is he? Yes, he usually does at this time. Yeah. So everybody's probably there right now. But yeah, go support Chris Wyatt if you need to, if you want to. That's fine. Just let me know what you guys are thinking. How are you guys doing? What do you want to talk about? What's happening? Of course, Yanni is here already because he's fantastic like that. Hello, Yanni. How are you? He's had a busy day. We haven't chatted much today, have we, Yanni? It's unlike us, really. Yeah. It's a weird Monday, guys. It was a weird Monday for me. I woke up late because I worked late, and I'm probably gonna be working late again tonight. And yeah, just doing some stuffs, really. Nobody has noticed my bookshelf, and there's books, and I'm waiting for someone to notice the books. It'd be really cool if somebody would notice the books. And yes, I put them there to give the illusion that I am smarter than I appear. Just saying. So again, doing good. It's hot and super busy. I know you're busy. I didn't know it was hot in Johannesburg or Pretoria or I don't know Gauteng. I don't know what the right terminology is. But it's cold over here. It's cold over here. Working on a project for my friend. Yeah, I know about those projects too. One of them might be for me. I don't know. We'll see. Cool. So what else can we talk about, ladies and gentlemen? So far, what's my week been like? It's been hectic actually. It's been weird. It's been interesting, I guess. I don't know. This weekend didn't do much, which was nice. Last week, man, that was weird. I'm not gonna get into it. And yeah, other things happened. Actually, nothing much has happened. I don't know. How are we enjoying the lockdown right now? Lockdown level 1. Is it even level 1? Is it? I wonder what people are up to. I think that 6 o'clock is no longer a good time to live stream. I'm just saying. I think people are busy. People, I think a lot of people have now gone back to work. Everything, everything's. I don't know about normal, but I keep on saying new normal. What the hell's a new normal? New normal. I don't like that term. I don't like that term, new normal. I don't know. It just doesn't sit well with me. I don't know what else I'd call it. Is it really a new normal? I mean, are we the only thing that's really different, obviously, besides the many restrictions on our like, okay, the curfew, for example, that's a new one. What else? We can't travel as much as we please, like internationally. Um, we have to wear masks in public. Venues are still limited to a certain amount of people that are allowed to be in them. So yeah, that could be considered a new normal, but I don't like it because it sounds like we're gonna live like this for the rest of our lives, and I don't think that's the case. I really don't. I think that we shouldn't accept that as a given. Maybe a temporary normal, I would say, not a new normal, but a temporary normal. If that's even a thing. But yeah, let me know what you think. Are companies even going back? Because I've been hearing some of my friends saying like that own companies and stuff that they're actually liking the operating at home type of thing. So, but that kind of does worry me as well because we do need human interaction sometimes. I mean, I don't know. That was a tough one. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know if you guys saw um, my new show, Say What, which is like, I know I'm going to be tooting my own horn here, but it is like fantastic. It's so much fun, far better than the roasts. Like another level. Love it. Happening every 2 weeks. So this Thursday we won't have one, but next Thursday we will. And in the oh, let me see if I can find. I don't think I have it anymore. I cleared my computer. Oh wait, I might. I might. Let me just see here. No, not that headline. There was a headline, a very interesting headline, which I actually want to discuss because we made fun of it, and it was like an ongoing joke throughout the show. Doesn't look like I have it. No, but that doesn't make sense. I should have it. Wow. Is it? Yes, here it is. Okay, so um, this headline really confused me. South Africa says 12 million probably had coronavirus. Probably. What does that even mean? This is so weird. How can, let me just move this over here. How can South Africa probably, South Africa says 12 million probably had coronavirus. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. Audio is a little bit soft. It could be me. How's that? Testing 1 2. I don't like doing that though. I could. It could be that I am actually speaking quite low, to be honest. Um, feeding dogs quick. Okay, you go do that. So yeah, like I don't know. It's that headline was weird for me. Um, 12 million probably had coronavirus. We guesstimated, about 1,000 maybe, or I don't know how many now official cases there are. But yeah, apparently, probably. Who knows? It's actually quite funny because that show, we did this running thing, and it just became a thing. It's weird to explain. I just started speaking louder. That's it. Okay, so hey Reese, how are you? Um, yeah, so we're just chilling, waiting for more people to join us. Then I will go through what is coming up in the weeks to come. Just put up some new shows. I'm very excited for all of them. But yeah, I was discussing Say What, which I really want people to go watch. A new concept where comedians just roast the headlines. We choose the headlines, and yeah, we roast them. Now, when I say we, um, so for example, I'll choose like a few headlines, but I won't tell the guys until the show arrives. You know, so that way it's very improv as well. So I will know, but they won't, and vice versa. It's really nice. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next one. And it just reminded me now because we were talking about capacity. 12 million probably had coronavirus. Really weird headline. Yeah, having it seriously dilutes the death ratio. Yep, that's the thing, though. What happened to the million graves? That was like big news. I think that was just fear mongering. I think that's where I have a theory about the graves. I think that all the money that the ANC made from selling illicit cigarettes, they just did a Pablo Escobar move, and they basically put the money in bags, and then they filled the graves with the money in the graves. That's what they've done. Yeah, they did that. I think they did that. Yeah. Anyway, anywho, how are you guys doing? Like I said, okay, so might as well go through what's coming up tonight at 8 p.m. We're gonna have Dr. Dione Harley and Buddy Wells, a saxophone player, saxophonist, I don't know, musician, going to be on the show. And yeah, that's tonight at 8 p.m. It is Dr. Harley's show, really. I don't really feature too much on that show. I'm behind the scenes making sure everything looks good. And they will have a conversation about the how to tackle inequality in South Africa. It's going to be interesting. New show, please come check it out. Then tomorrow night, I'm nervous about tomorrow night. Hold on, Yanni said something. Ha snap. I was about to say the 500 million is in the grave. Exactly. So all the money that they schemed, all the money that they took from wherever, now in the graves. That's what they've done. Safe. They know where it is. I bet you that one journalist that was there, if they ever watch this, is going to be like, I should go back there. Let's see. So tomorrow night, something also, another difficult, I've been having a lot of sensitive topics on this show for the past few weeks. And I think it's important that we talk about these things. So Queen Wordsmith is going to be on my show tomorrow night at 7 p.m. How not to be a duss on gender-based violence. We're going to be talking about a lot of things that maybe some people misunderstand in terms of, not misunderstand, that's wrong, I shouldn't say misunderstand. We're going to be talking about how like I said, it's a sensitive one, and maybe I shouldn't say too much on it now. Um, I would rather let Queen Wordsmith talk about that topic. Put it that way. So if you want to know more about that, tune in tomorrow night. And then speak of almost the devil, because I was just going to bring him up. Like literally. It's like he knew. It's like he knew that his moment was coming up, and he arrived. Christo is going to be on my show on Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. for the Sit Down and Lockdown show. Christo is a drummer, musician, and we're going to get to know him a little bit. Christo, I did get your message, and I will be putting your website in the description of the show. So please come check that out on Wednesday evening. Also, on Wednesday evening, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do something a lot different, actually. Usually, you guys know, some of you know the show I have with the panel of comedians. Funny you should say that. There's some fans of the channel that really like that show. And this time we're doing things a bit differently. We've spoken about woke culture, woke cult. We've spoken about the dark side of comedy. We've spoken about the comedy industry in general. Spoken about a lot of things. Feminism. We're going to now have a very chilled conversation on Wednesday with you guys. Yeah. We're going to let you just ask us whatever you want. We're going to have a nice conversation with comedians. You get to see how comedians conversate, if that's even a word, on Wednesday evening. It's yeah. So funny you should say that. The topic, we chat with you, and we just have a nice chilled evening. So bring I don't know, bring a bit. You know what would be cool is if somebody has that running while they're having a braai. I think it's going to be great. Like just let us into your homes and we talk cock for an hour amongst each other. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. And Krista's saying pure luck. Yeah, right, Krista. You knew. You always know. That's the thing. Sorry, I just want to adjust this a little bit. Here we go. Bring it down. There we go. That's a little bit better. There we go. Okay, now it's gone. It went bye-bye. Okay. Some people having some trouble typing in the live chats. Okay, cool. So let me just double check this. On Thursday evening, another tough conversation coming along. Like I said, tough conversations for the next few weeks. I don't know if any of you remember my conversation with D. Martin, pro-choice or pro-life. What side are you on? And I was very conflicted. Well, I wasn't, and then I was, and then I wasn't, and then I was, and now I'm not. So very nice conversation with Dee Martin. I think she's going to be an excellent lawyer when she graduates from her studies. However, this time around, he's not on. I don't know what side he's on. I'm not going to predict what side he's on. I think he's pro-choice. The drunk questioner will be joining us for part 2 of the discussion of pro-choice and pro-life. Because in the last conversation with Dee, there wasn't a real ending. I couldn't give my answer. I had to digest what had happened. She brought up some good points. But I've managed to now take it all in, digest it, and this one's going to be fun. You don't want to miss out on that. And then on Friday evening, I don't do a lot of streams on Friday, but unfortunately, or fortunately, the individual that I'm about to announce was only available for this Friday, the 25th. So more than happy to accommodate, of course. So I'm going to have, some people say he's controversial. Some people say he's arrogant. Some people say he's an anarchist or a reactionary. He's been called a lot of things. But recently, his YouTube seems to have been acting up against him. He's no longer allowed to live stream. I don't know if he's managed to fix it yet, but as far as I know, he can't. And I hope he'll be up and running soon, but maybe we'll chat about this Friday. But the one thing we are going to chat about is the following. What is conservative? With Jeremy Nell, Germ Warfare will be on my show, 7 o'clock Friday evening. Yeah, we're going to talk about what is conservative. Jeremy Nell has a very interesting take on what is conservative. He's going to explain it to us, and we're going to talk about some of the things that he's been up to, and the misconceptions that people have of him. Is he really a bad guy? Is he a terrible guy? I don't think so. Does he say some crazy shit sometimes? Yeah, of course. Everyone does. And then after that, ladies and gentlemen, the following week, Monday, I am going to have Eleutheria on my show. We're going to be talking about the effect of social media on adolescents. Very similar to another upcoming show, but I think it's going to be. I'm doing this thing now for those of you who want to know. I don't know if you guys have seen The Social Dilemma yet and Cuties, and those two movies talk about something that is in more or less the same theme, which is the effects of social media and pop culture on children. Social Dilemma is more about social media in a general sense with humans, not just children, but it does touch on children, whereas Cuties is more focused on children, the effects of pop culture on children. They say that, but it's not true. I'm still deciding if I'm going to do a review on it. I don't even know if I want to be honest, because maybe I'll give you a review now. How about that? I don't know. We'll see. But if I get more than 50 viewers on this stream, I'll do a review. How about that? Maybe I should do a live review, actually. That might not be a bad idea. Nah, I don't know. I digress. The point is that Eleutheria and I are going to be talking about the effects of social media on adolescents. There will be another show. See, now I'm doing this. Eleutheria is a mother. She's a very good mother, and she loves her children like most parents do. And yeah, I want to get her take on the social dilemma and how we should try and solve these problems, as well as Cuties. And then I'll get to the other show where I'm going to be talking about the other side of that. I'm going to be talking about the tech side of it. And I'll get to that in a moment. But before that, on next week, Tuesday, the 29th of September, I'm going to have Marjobaine, or Robert Dugan. I hope that's how you pronounce his name. This one is very interesting. I'm very much looking forward to this one, ladies and gentlemen, because, as you can read, life as a lapsed communist. What is a lapsed communist? Well, I found out from Rob, and for those of you who don't know, I used to be a lefty, and Rob used to be a communist. Now, we're going to be discussing, I still consider myself centrist, if I have to label it, but anyway. Rob and I are going to tell our story of why we veered more to the center, or in Rob's case, a little bit more right. And that's going to be a very interesting conversation. Rob loves South Africa very much, and him and I have been chatting, and I'm very much looking forward to that. Then next week, Thursday, is episode 2 of Say What. And for those of you who haven't seen the first episode, I recommend you. It is non-stop laughter from pretty much the get-go till the end. I kid you not. My favorite show so far. A lot of fun. You guys get to interact with us. The boys loved it. I loved it. And so don't miss out on episode 2 of Say What on the 1st of October. Comedians roast the headlines. It's a lot of fun. Please come check it out. And then lastly, so far, there's more shows coming and more shows in the pipeline, but I don't talk about them until they're actually on my YouTube channel. So for now, there's more. There's a lot more coming that I'm speaking to people and organizing more shows for you guys. But lastly, so far, we have Tech Tuesday. We'll be back on the 6th of October at 8:30. We're going to be talking with Yanni van der Valt. We're going to be talking about the social dilemma. Now, we're going to do our own take about that movie. And like I said previously, Eleutheria and I are going to be talking about it in terms of kids, but with Yanni, we're going to be talking about it in a more general sense, and as well as a more tech sense, because he's a bit of a tech expert. So that's the upcoming shows, ladies and gentlemen. So there's more coming. Like I said, I'm in chats with a lot of different people from all walks of life to come onto the show and have a nice chat with me. There's a young lady who's an Indian young lady, and the reason why I say that is because she's a proud Indian. I'm going to hopefully have her on the show soon. She goes by the name of S on Twitter. And then there's someone else. There's a lot of other people. Okay, there's one person I'm not going to mention. Not yet, because I don't want to jinx it. He's a big name. And then there's I'm going to have Yanni's sister on the show soon. Yes, I'm going to have Yanni's sister on the show soon. I still need to contact her though, so I'll get there. But she will come. She's like, she'll come up. I know she will. But there's a lot more other things coming, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, so I will look at. Oh, cool. So we've gotten some people coming in. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, for joining. Dodgy Idealist is here. We have Gentle Inflatables, Russell McLaren, Reactionary D. He just spouts stuff sometimes. I've been good. It's been an interesting day. That's going to be very interesting. I don't know which show you were talking about, but I'm glad that you think it's interesting. Jish, the social dilemma on Netflix is scary reality. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Great lineup of guests. Thank you very much. And yeah, look at that. Yanni saying that he's been a bit lazy with the uploads. He's working on 2 review videos now, a webcam and a microphone. Yes, he is. I've been seeing some of the footage. I'm kidding. Cool, guys. So what do you guys want to talk about? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for dropping by. What would you guys like to talk about? Yes, like I said, great shows coming up, so please put a reminder. And for those of you that tuned in a bit late, that's fine. I just want to remind everyone that tonight it's Let's Get Real with Dr. DNA Harley and Buddy Wells talking about how do we address inequality in South Africa. That's at 8 o'clock. Please go set a reminder and check it out tonight. Now, for that show, I am not very prominent, and what I mean by that is it's DNA show, so I'm in the background, and it's her show, and she gets to interview these guests on the show. Last one with Pamlani was amazing. Really enjoyed that conversation, and tonight you'll be hanging out with her again. So please come check that out. Cool. So what else? What's happening? What is happening? Okay, I got a message from someone. Actually, let me do this on a live stream. That'll be funny. I'm going to say, so we thought of maybe changing this show. I wonder if Dee's actually watching. So I'm telling, Dee messaged me now. And we thought of maybe changing this show from this Thursday because it is a public holiday this Thursday. And Drunk Questioner, being the drunk guy that he is, asked if maybe we should move the show because it's a public holiday. He's worried that not a lot of people are going to watch. So I asked Dee if she thinks the same. She says no. She thinks it's perfect. So I'm just saying, okay, then it stays as is. I don't know why I feel like doing this, but I'm going to do it. Okay, so I'm actually doing a live stream right now, so people can see that I am voice noting you as I'm saying this to you. It's kind of weird. But cool, so we'll keep it as is. I just advertised it on the channel for this Thursday, and I'll let Sebastiano slash Drunk Questioner know. And then you guys are watching me work. That's basically, this is what I do now. Hey, buddy, I'm actually on a live stream right now, and I just advertised our conversation for this Thursday, so it is going to happen. We're going to stick to it. Public holiday or not, I think people are still going to tune in, still going to watch. So, yeah, I will chat to you later. And he'll probably come and watch this now, and then he'll be like, what the fuck just happened? All right, so. All right. Yeah, Buddy Wells. Exactly. Of course, a fellow musician would know who Buddy Wells is. Tonight on the show, ladies and gentlemen, very prominent saxophonist. How do you say it, Christo? Saxophonist. Saxophoner? Saxophonist. I don't know. Perhaps also hosting debates between peeps with different ideological views. I'm trying. DNA, look, DNA is actually working on that as well to get different views and stuff like that. It's very difficult, guys, to actually get people who differ completely from you to come onto a show like mine, Ronaldo's, Ramon's. My channel's still small. Ramon seems to be able to pull it off quite well. But a lot of the guys don't actually want to because they come up with lame excuses not to come onto the show. So, but I will continue to try. But otherwise, I at least try and get people on the show that I find interesting, that I want to have a conversation with. Because we choose a topic that we feel, hey, let's talk about this, even if it's tough, even if it's difficult. Let's give our views on this subject and see what happens, and then engage with you guys. And there's a lot of the times in the chats people don't agree. But that's fine. Gentle Inflatable saying, Iron Man is in the germ mug. Yes, finally, someone noticed. Been waiting for that one. All right. Saxonista. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna a saxonator. You're just making me say weird words now. That's what you're making me do. Please also interview high-class escorts or strippers. Would be fascinating. No. No. But you could always, start your own YouTube channel and do that. Look, there's enough documentaries and stuff like that on Netflix or Showmax or wherever it is. You can download it and see interviews with them. Okay, so here we go. Saxophonist. Emphasis on O. So saxophonist. Saxophonist? Cool. We'll discuss it on Wednesday when you're on my show, Krista. Reese asking me to book her for my show. Of course, a hairstylist. Of course, we can talk about the clicks debacle. And now, just because I said clicks, I'm going to demonetize immediately. That's how it works. Well, there we go. I'm not sure what we will discuss. I just gave you a suggestion. I think it's a great suggestion. I think it's fantastic. Yeah. So, guys, I'm always looking for guests. I try. There's one thing that I've decided to do, and that is I'm no longer having woke-like people on the show. And when I say woke, I mean like radical left, social justice warriors, the far left woke, will no longer be on my show. If they are, it's because of a special condition, like, I don't know. It would have to be a really, really, like, special circumstance for them to come onto the show. But I am done interviewing those people, and I am done engaging them on social media as well. Yeah, So, and I would recommend everybody else to do the same, to be honest. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, I want to engage with people that want to actually have a discussion, and that's the thing. People think like when I bring them onto the show, I want to have a debate. No, I want to have a discussion. I don't want to debate. That's Ronaldo's thing. That's Ramon's thing. That's Germ's thing. I want to have a discussion. I want to get to know the person. I want that person to say what their views are, and then if I disagree, I'll say so. My last conversation with DNA didn't go exactly how I thought it would. We disagreed, and that's fine. Still friends. She still has a show on my channel, um, and I think also let me clarify that when I say we disagreed, there was something fundamentally that we agreed on, but then when we started to unpack it, there were some aspects of it that we didn't agree. We didn't agree on. We may have agreed with the main point, but there were some other things that we didn't agree with, and that's fine. And I love those kind of conversations. D. Martin, didn't agree with her, and I won't say where I stand now on that, but you'll see on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. The rest of that discussion. So even though I get people that may have similar views as me, I try and keep it interesting as much as possible. And again, it's just about having a discussion, talking. There's very few spaces, especially in the mainstream media, where you can have certain conversations with individuals or people just, not talking about it, certain things out in the open. The conversation tomorrow night with Queen is going to be a very interesting one. How not to be a duss on gender-based violence, and that is going to be a very difficult conversation to have. I think for the most part I will agree with her, but again, it's not about necessarily agreeing or disagreeing. It's also about having a discussion that not a lot of people are having, talking about difficult things. And I think that's what I like. That's what I like. I like talking about difficult things that not everyone's willing to talk about. Freemasons. I actually had a discussion with a Freemason, and I didn't even know he's a Freemason until he dropped it live on air. Please go check out the last episode of, and I actually should get this guy on my Let's Talk show to completely unpack this. But last discussion of Afrikaans culture, Herman Ruas is a Freemason. What do you know? That was a shocker. So him and Mikhail were having a discussion, and it was a very good discussion. They didn't agree on everything, I think. I'm not sure really where that... I think they were discussing more Afrikaans culture in general. But I would love to have Herman on the show to talk about the Freemasons if he's willing to. I think that will be a very interesting discussion. He did mention and touch on the Freemasons during that episode. It was more about Afrikaans culture than anything else. Did you get my voice note? That is funny. That is funny. Yeah, okay, I see your I see your reply to me there. Man, literally just here to say hi. I have a banking law test now. Oh well, good luck. Good luck in your test, D, and I look forward to our discussion on Thursday. Thank you so much for dropping by. Penny Williams back. Hello, Penny. And yeah, it's good to see you. Is that the RWC logo behind you? Yes, it is. Yanni was very kind to 3D print it for me, and we are working on another version of it, if I can put it that way, a more refined version of it, rather. And yeah, so that's really cool. I really like this thing. Really nice. Came out really nice. Came out really nice. There's actually some people that want to buy that thing, which I was very surprised about, to be honest. But it's cool. It does not represent, for those of you who might be watching this later and wondering what is the RWCNN thing behind me, stands for Right Wing Cabal News Network. It is not what you think, okay? The Right Wing Cabal is a name given to a lot of YouTubers who are actually just, most of them aren't even right wing, to be honest. Like, a lot of them are centrists. But you know, as Gareth Cliff said, anything that is to the right of Nancy Pelosi is just unacceptable these days. So if you're not on the left, or anywhere near it, you're far right apparently. Not even centrist. They just throw you far right. So look at what is happening to the Kifness at the moment. You know, the attacks that he's been getting, saying that he's been radicalized, saying that he's a traitor, saying that he's like all these nonsense, absolute nonsense. The guy isn't anywhere near far right. He's probably more centrist leaning left than anything else. But anyway, I digress. So because they keep calling us right-wing cabal, I decided to make it into a parody. I decided to make it a joke and say, well, if you want to call us right-wing cabal, you're going to be sorely misinformed, because a lot of these guys aren't what you think they are. So let's own the name. Let's make fun of it. And yeah, so Yanni, if you don't mind dropping the Twitter account that has been made, yeah. And look, you see these woke people were talking about it, and they were saying, "Oh, I bet you it's Joey's work." Yeah, I came up with it as a joke, and they still don't get it. They don't get it. They just don't get it. But anyway, it is what it is. We're all having fun. If you're interested to know about other YouTubers that just talk about general things, general interviews, have difficult discussions, debates. Some of them talk about travel, like Herman Roos. I do a bit of comedy. Other people will talk about current affairs in South Africa. They'll have other interviews with other interesting people. Are these people considered right-wing? Maybe. But most of them, you know what? The most common thing that we all share is that we actually love South Africa. We really do. Like, I can't even explain to you how much we love it. And mainstream media and other people are doing a really good job at trying to suppress freedom of expression, freedom of speech. You know, the moment you say something out of line that is against the narrative, you're right-wing, alt-right, you're alt-right, conspiracy theory. Oh, no, 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 no. But it's funny because I remember Gareth Cliff saying that the lockdown was going to hurt us. It was going to kill the economy. Now look, you guys considered him right-wing, alt-right, all that stuff. He's not. Honestly, I don't know what he is. I think he's just a free thinker, to be honest. But do I agree with everything Gareth says? Do I agree with anything that these people say? No, of course not. But they're not bad people. Just saying. All right, so I'll leave it at that. Thank you, Yanni, for dropping the link. And do what he says. Go. It's not as bad as you think. And like I said, I'll say it now. That logo does not, I mean, it's right-wing being an insult. It's stupid. Doesn't mean anything. I'm just saying. I'll leave it at that. The Atheist. What a name. Like, are you a genuine atheist? Or, yeah. The strength of one's position lies in one's ability to confront the opposition. You should not avoid the woke. You should test. Sorry, that disappeared quickly. You should test their ideas. It's not for them or you. It's for the onlooker. Oh, I agree with that, but I'm doing it a different way. You see, I don't have to engage those people to prove a point. We can try and give you an example. Here's a good example. Let's say I had Adrian Basson on the show. It doesn't matter what I say to him. It's not going to change his mind. And I think the audience would feel a lot more confused by the end of the conversation than anything else. We'll go around in circles, straw manning arguments here and there. It's by the end of it, I'll feel tired, he'll feel tired. And here's the thing that happens that we've started to notice is nothing really happens. Like the conversation's had, and then nothing really happens. So I would rather have people that are, for example, like DNA, who's an expert in philosophy, and have interesting conversations with her. Again, not going to agree with everything she says. Just like there's people on this channel that I have that I don't agree with. There's a few of them actually. So I disagree with that. It's not a must. I do think, however, on that point, it's good to understand, try and understand. So, for example, okay. So what I'm trying to say is, I do think it's good to try and understand them. So, for example, the atheist, I'm reading White Fragility. Yeah. And just to understand why they think the way they do, where this white privilege comes from, where all these words that they use come from, and why they keep on, every time I debate someone on social media, they say, oh, educate yourself. You need to read White Fragility. Okay, well, I'm reading it now. But anytime, and here's the thing, and again, to your comment here, atheist, a lot of the times when I invite them, I would say 95% of the time, when I invite anyone that is on that far left, they decline. I cannot tell you how many times I have asked so many of them to be on my channel and they decline. If they decline, and that's the truth. So there you go. I'll continue probably to say, hey, come on my channel, but I know they're going to say no. But yeah, I don't see the benefit. I really don't. To have someone like that on my channel, have a quick debate, and then nothing really happens. It's not worth it. I'd rather have conversations with interesting people. I do try, and I will try, and maybe make the topics a little bit more controversial, if I can put it that way. But I don't know. Like there's things that I'm like I said, I'm very centrist, so I agree with left and I agree with right on a lot of things. So it's a weird one for me. Perhaps if I was more right or far right, I would even disagree with a lot of the guests I have on this channel. But unfortunately, I'm not. I kind of like the way I am. So yeah. I'd get a psychic. I would get a psychic. If you can recommend a psychic, I'd interview a psychic. Yeah. I don't believe in that shit. Like, I don't. I think it's hogwash. I believe in mentalism. So, like, people who can read your mind and stuff like that in terms of, like, but that's all, like, psychological stuff. That's a lot of, they plant things and stuff like that in your mind so that they can make your mind think and go in a certain direction. That I don't mind. I actually interviewed a mentalist once. Russell Fox. He's really good at what he does. So yeah. They can be. They can be. Agree with my wife. That way I am always right. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. Anyway, this was just a nice little chat with you guys. There's about 10 minutes left, so I'll leave it this. Answer is yes, I am an atheist. Does the right and left need to be brought closer from a heavily swinging overturned window? If the answer is yes, divines are conquered with bridges. Yeah. What are you, atheist? Would you consider yourself centrist, left, or right? Um, See, there's something that I've learned over the years of my existence on this earth. You have left and you have right. Now, on either side, you have extremists, you have radicals. And unfortunately, the extremists and the radicals, they're never going to change. The people that are in the middle between that, those are the ones that can shift more to the center or not. And for example, let's say I interview Germ this coming Friday. I don't agree with everything Germ says. I don't. There's a lot of things I don't agree with him on. But maybe, just maybe, someone's going to watch that interview who thought Germ was an asshole or crazy. And then they'll watch that interview and they'll be like, oh, wait a second. It's not that bad of a guy. Does he say some crazy shit? Yeah. Is his cartoons good or bad? That's debatable. It's art. But maybe they'll be like, not as bad as I thought. And then that will open the door to other things. Maybe they'll start questioning things. Maybe they'll start researching things. Maybe they'll start being a little bit more open-minded about things. And that's the point of my discussions. It's not to necessarily change people's mind, but like I said, have the difficult discussions. Like Germ and I are going to be talking about what is conservative this Friday, and he has his own definition of it, and I'm going to discuss that with him. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Look, that's just where I stand. I'm sorry if you are disappointed by it, but nothing good has come from interviewing these people. Put it that way. Nothing good. I am happy to have someone on my show that disagrees with me, but as long as they can have an intellectual, decent conversation. So just because I say, oh, I'm not going to interview the woke people anymore, doesn't mean I'm not going to have someone on my show that I don't disagree with. I just haven't had that person yet. There are one or two people that are coming onto the show in the future that I do disagree with on some topics that will be had. So yeah, like I said, maybe it's the topics that need to change rather than the people. So yeah, we'll see. I may be more centrist, maybe a little right, but I don't think one's politics can be summed up one label because it asks me the left and what is right. I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely. People have different definitions for those labels, and that's why I also hate using those labels. I only use it to put it in context for people, because there's a lot of people out there that don't like me at the moment. And the moment I say I'm right leaning, they'll go crazy and be like, "Oh, you see, Joe's right. He's an alt right," and I'm like, "No, centrist technically, but have fun with that little clip that you just took out of this live stream to try and smear me." So it's like weird. And that's what they're doing with the Kifness. That's what they're doing with Germ. That's what they're doing with. This is why I don't want them. They're cyberbullies, and yeah. So again, it's about having interesting conversations with interesting people. And maybe the topics, like I said, need to change. Maybe the topics need to be a little bit more meaty or juicy. I don't know how to explain it. But I believe that through discussion and talking about these things on the open, it's better. Because let's face it, there's very few places that you can go nowadays, especially on mainstream media, that are talking about this stuff. So yeah, that's my opinion. You're free to do as you wish, just adding food for thought. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I I do want to try and make my audiences happy with the content that I produce. So feedback is always welcome. Um, but unfortunately, my mind has changed, especially in the past week, um, with interviewing certain people. As much as I would really want to, I do need to have a bit of restraint on that front. And I've not just seen it with me, I've seen it with other YouTube channels as well. And yeah, I don't want this channel to become, ironically, maybe I shouldn't actually say that. I just want, I don't want to say I want good vibes because obviously, like I said, I'm going to have people on the show that I'm going to disagree with. I need to actually do that one show. So there's a show that I want to do with a fellow comedian who is hell bent on not voting in the upcoming elections. And don't quote me on that, I'm paraphrasing. And I want to debate him to say, yes, I use the word debate this time. My argument is you saying that you shouldn't go or you don't want to vote is the same as making the ANC lose power. Wait, how he thinks? Yeah, he thinks that if he doesn't go vote, the ANC will lose power. I'm saying that's not how it works. And yeah, we had a bit of a debate on Twitter, and I told him, "Hey, come on my show, let's talk about this." So there you go. You see, I do get people I disagree with. It just doesn't happen a lot. Maybe I should work on that. No. I'm not saying anything's wrong. No, I'm having a conversation with atheists. He's a cool guy, I'm sure, or woman. I don't know. What are you? They, them? I don't know. But atheists were just giving inputs that I shouldn't stop interviewing certain people, and I said, well, I'm actually, you know what? I'm sorry, but that's one thing that I've decided I can't do. But I will always, again, try and make it as informative and entertaining as possible. And again, guys, I have many different shows on my channel. I have the Sit Down and Lockdown show where I interview artists, performers. Let's Talk Show is just that show where I talk about interesting things with interesting people. Funny you should say that as a panel of comedians where we also talk about interesting things, but mainly related around the comedy industry. There's Say What, where comedians roast the headlines. There's Let's Get Real, and that's the show where DNA will probably go down that road of interviewing people who are experts in their field. She's really good at doing it. She's qualified to do it. That's why I'm giving her the reins on that. So I highly recommend for you guys, for those of you who are tuning in, maybe even now, please, tonight at 8 p.m. as we wrap up here, come join us. DNA interviewing Buddy Wells. How do we address inequality in South Africa? And I gotta say, she is not afraid to talk about the tough things, the tough things. So yeah, come join. So I try and again accommodate as much as I can, and I produce the content that I like, that I enjoy. You're welcome to watch. You don't have to. But again, always welcome your feedback. I've gotten a lot of good feedback and some criticism, feedback via email, and that's fine. People still watch. That's all that's important. So please, if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Please give this video a like. I'll stay on for a few more minutes if you guys want to say anything. Anything else? Awesome, respect. Only interview your zone. Don't lose your own identity. No, I'm not gonna lose my identity. I don't believe that that's. I think one only loses their identity if they're not confident with who they are. But you are allowed to change your mind. It's all up to you at the end of the day. You know, like I said, I used to be on the left. I used to be quite left, and I've changed my mind because I did a bit of research. I took in some information, and I made my own decision. At the end of the day, I'm much like atheists, where I don't like the labels. I just try and do what's right. That's it. Don't be a duss. Treat those how you want to be treated, and do what's right. Very difficult for some people to do, but that's what I try to do. I try to. I'm human. I make mistakes sometimes, but I try my best to do that. Yep. I would. I love having conversations with people I disagree with, but with the woke, it's a different kind of discussion always. And it's they don't. That's the thing. Like I would have you on the show, atheist, to discuss this. Like Shame. I'm sorry, that's funny. Um, he's not wrong. That's the sad part about that. You have to laugh it off. I don't mean any offense. It was funny. But yeah, like I've had a lot of different people on the show, like a lot of different people, and I enjoy it and I love it. And I thank you all so much for supporting the channel. I will continue to make as much content as I possibly can that hopefully you guys will enjoy and support, And again, if you don't like my Let's Talk shows, you don't have to watch them. Watch the roasts, watch the sit down and lockdown shows. That's why I make these different playlists and stuff like that for those who like whatever. They can watch it. I understand that some topics may not. I don't know. People might not like them. Some of this stuff is very difficult to talk about, and some people don't want to listen or hear or engage, and that's fine. I'm not forcing you to. I just think it's good to have these discussions. An atheist, if you ever want to have a discussion with me, just email me. Wait a second. Didn't you used to have the Joker as your profile picture? Then I know who you are. Well, not who you are. I know of you. And thank you for watching. I didn't think you watched my. Ah, I knew it. Okay. Ah, dude, where you been, man? Haven't seen you in like forever. Um, all right, cool. No worries. Cool. I'm glad to know that you still watch this channel. Cool. Just stop being apologetic. You are great. Stop it. I'm not. Okay. I'll leave it at that. I am just being me. That's it. What you see is what you get. I call it straight as much as I can. I'm a polite guy. For some of you who may not believe that. I'm just doing me. I'm going to continue to do me. Yeah. I love the Joker, by the way. Like, I haven't seen the new Joker. I know that's terrible. I need to go watch that movie, or I need to, like, get that movie and watch it. But I loved Heath Ledger's Joker, just by the way. I thought it was brilliant. All-time favorite villain. It finally got here. What did? Well done on the. Oh, that. Yeah, I was discussing it earlier with some of the people here. Thank you, thank you. No, it's just for shits and giggles, really. It's not gonna be anything more than that. Yeah. Shit, you see, I'm starting to think that 7 o'clock is a better time to do these kind of streams. Just saying. Penny Williams giving a 35 Rand super chat. Thank you so much. Penny saying, Superman, we love you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you too. Love to all the people that support this channel. And yeah, you guys are amazing. So yeah, okay. So I went through what's coming up. I don't want to go on too much longer. So please, guys, once again, tonight, let's get real with DNA. and Buddy Wells. Please come check that out at 8 o'clock. It's going to be a lot of fun, interesting discussion. And tomorrow evening, I'm with Queen Wordsmith, How Not to Be a Doist During GBV. And Wednesday night, Sit Down and Lockdown with Christo. And also going to be talking about this with the guys. We're going to be chatting with you, much like I did tonight with you guys tonight. We will be doing the same with the panel of comedians. We'll be chatting with you guys, and we'll just have a nice, frank conversation. Let's see, atheist. Sorry to cut off the subject. What do you draw inspiration from when you're thinking about creating jokes? What methods do you use to improve their material? Whew, that is a good question. That's a very good question. Yanni Vandervalt giving a 35 Rand super chat saying what Penny said. Thank you, Yanni. Thank you so much, man. All right. So, was it not Superman? Did I misread that? Sure up, man. Sure up, man. Oh, okay. Sure up, man. Sure up, man. We love you. Sure up, man. Cheer up, man. I'm fine. I'm really good. It's been a while since I've done one of these live streams, so I just need to get back into it. That's all. All right, cool. So let's see. I misread Superman. I'm sorry. It comes up very small. Sorry, the atheist asked the question. That is a very long explanation. And what I will say is I draw inspiration from personal experiences in my life. I draw inspiration from comedians. So some of my favorite comedians of all time, like Dave Chappelle, Robin Williams, Dane Cook, Jim Jeffries. I watch these guys, and I'm not saying that I take their material. I'm just saying that their performances, the way they formulate jokes and stuff like that. And then, mainly just talking about my experiences in life and trying to find the funny in it. It takes time. It takes time to train your mind to be funny. The best way to, because you asked here, what methods one can use to improve their material. Stage time. Just get on stage. And if there's one advice I can give you, I'll give you a few advices actually. If you're someone who's planning on going onto the stage, number one, don't judge your first show. Don't judge your second show, third show, fourth show, fifth show. It takes time. Nobody was good at it right off the bat, all right? And number two, persistence. Go back to the drawing board, rewrite material, workshop with some comedians if you can. Just keep at it, because comedy, or being a comedian, is much like a stand-up comedian, at least, is much like you can't go to the Springbok rugby team, walk in during their training sessions and be like, hey, hire me, and you've never played rugby. It's not how it works. In order to become part of the Springbok team, you need to have trained and climbed the ladder and worked really hard. So the comedians you see on TV have at least 10 to 15 years behind them of doing this. So just keep that in mind. But take that leap of faith, get as much stage time as possible, and just keep at it. That's the best advice I can give you. What else? I need to go, guys, because I'm not supposed to be on too long. Shut up means sure up, man. Sure up, man. It's a weird one. I don't know. Shut up, man. Sure up, man. Sure up, man. Shut up, man. Shut up, man. Shut up. Okay, sorry, I didn't know. Now I know. Sure up means shut up. I didn't know that. His time he got on stage again, Yanni. Okay. Have you gotten back on? Say hello, Mohammed Latif. I'm actually going to be on your show, if I'm not mistaken, on Instagram. I need to actually punt that. As soon as you have the artwork, let me know. I'll mention it on the live streams, one of my live streams. I think it's the 6th of October. I'm going to be on his on Instagram show, on his show, which I'm very much looking forward to. Cool. So, have I gotten back on stage yet? No. This is gonna sound weird, but I'm waiting. I do have plans to go back on stage, put it that way, and stuff like that. And it's weird, man. It's to me, this is gonna sound weird, but I don't like what I'm hearing because things seem different. You know, it's not the same as it used to be because back in the day we used to before a show hang out. You know, now it's like limited to how many people can be there. You can't really hang around after the show. Could be different now. We are on level 1, so I'm waiting to hear what level 1. But I'm talking about level 2. Level 2 is like very strict. You know, if you weren't on the lineup, you weren't allowed to come through. Um, it was very strict time. So I'm waiting to see what some of the comedians say about level 1, and if it's chilled, then I will start going out and being on stage. I need to get onto an open mic night and rustle off and dust myself off. So we'll see. You're welcome, and thank you for tuning in, buddy. I hope you'll be back. What's this? Now I will be passed out. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy, but it takes yeah. Say it in Afrikaans at your next show. Okay, I will. There's an Afrikaans version of that. Roll the R like like a like a Scotsman. Okay. This is weird. Yeah, the best YouTube channel. I'm kidding. It's the new norm. I was discussing that at the beginning of the show. I don't like that term. I was saying, why don't we call it a temporary norm, not a new norm? Temporary norm I'd be okay with. All right, guys. I think I'm going to call it here. Thank you all so. Oh wait. Do you think there's more opportunity now because of the circumstances? Wow, that is a good question. That is a really, really good question. Do I think there's more opportunity now because of the circumstances? Maybe. I can see how there could be. Yeah, I think so. But you got to be good. You got to be funny. Um, I think that some of the comedians did miss the boat when it came to YouTube and online platforms. Some of them, not all of them. I think they underestimated the power of online. However, there is no doubt in my mind that there's definitely opportunity for young comedians. And when I say young, I mean starting out, people who want to now go onto the stage because we are going to want more performers on the stage. So opportunity will be there for you to get on the stage and do your thing. So yeah, yeah. But at the same time, I think it becomes difficult with the current situation that we're in. We have to be careful. And it's one of the reasons why I haven't been on the scene yet. It's because I don't know. I don't want to look out into an audience that's wearing a mask. And if they're not wearing a mask, that's fine too. But then there's social distancing and the mic thing where you have to sanitize the mic, you have to sanitize this, and um, something about it doesn't sit well with me. And I totally love the fact that comedians are doing shows again. It's starting, and that's great. No harm there. Like, go ahead, do it by all means. But I think for me right now, I don't want to look into an audience and there's just masks and I can't see the laughter and and it's not the same like we can't really hang out before the show, we can't really hang out after the show. People, there was something nice when after a show people would come up to you like, oh, I really enjoyed the show, and then you take a picture together and all that stuff. I don't think that happens anymore. At least from some comedians that I've been speaking to, that doesn't happen in level 2. I don't know about level 1. So when I heard that, I was like, well, that's basically you come in, you do your bit, and then you leave. That's basically it. So yeah, I don't know. Also, I've heard turnouts aren't that good too. So we'll see. Some have been good, some haven't been good. So yeah, it is. Look, at the end of the day, it is what you make it, right? So if you need to find opportunity, you'll find it. I do encourage everyone or anybody that wants to try stand-up comedy, do it by all means. But it's not as easy as you might think. Cool. So, okay, Joe, cheer up, bugger, and have a good joke next time we're dropping. I don't work for free. Do a show on YouTube with a price. Why not? Possibilities are endless. You see, people. Okay, so and the reason why I'm pausing is because I don't know if I should say it. To answer a question, yes, I am going back onto the stage soon. It will be in a live performance with people. Do I want to do an online show? No, because I've done them before and it doesn't go down well. There's no live audience. It sucks. Am I thinking of maybe another version of doing it? Maybe not pure stand-up comedy? Yes, and I'm working on that. But again, you see, I say that, but then there's other forms of entertainment on the show. So yeah, there you go. Do you think comedy has suffered due to the political correctness these days? Now that is a good question. Yes, I do. Because I've been affected by it. So there you go. And anybody who's been following my story will know. And again, we see it with the Kipnis, we see it with all these guys. Yeah, it's that's a whole nother discussion for another day. I will leave that for next time. All right, so these are good questions, guys. Why, as I'm leaving, do you start asking the good questions? Yeah, so don't worry, everyone. I will be going back to the stage at some point. I have plans, I'm making them, I'm figuring them out. I think what has confused some people is I used to run comedy shows like a lot. Like a lot. It was my business. Unfortunately, due to COVID, business. So, I am now looking at other things to do. I will be organizing shows and maybe I'll announce what's coming on Wednesday's show with the funny you should say that. I think we're going to be discussing that, and I'll just leave it there. So like I said, we're planning. We're gonna do stuff. I am gonna be back on the stage. I am gonna be doing my thing in this temporary normal. Yeah, which is why you've got to watch this show. You've got to watch this show. See, this is the thing. This show Guys, you do not understand how good it is. It's next Thursday. Please, please, I beg you, watch this. It's four comedians making fun of headlines. It is the best. It's stand-up comedy on kind of roasting stand-up. It's kind of stand-up comedy roasting online, and it works. It's a brilliant show. Either episode 1 has dropped. Go watch it. Episode 2 coming next week Thursday. On an online in the online realm, that works. But pure stand-up comedy, not so much. So you will get entertainment on this channel. You will laugh. Trust me, that one's really funny. And strolling. Let's not forget about strolling. I trolled the president in his last speech. If you haven't checked that out, please go check that out. We used to be a nation where we could laugh at ourselves. Yeah. Like I said, that's a whole another discussion for another day. I saw the last one. I peed myself. Exactly. See, so that's what I'm gonna do on this channel. That kind of stuff, along with conversations, along with the other stuff I discussed. And stand-up comedy is going to remain for me on the stage, and I will get back to it in due time. I think there's a lot of gray areas when it comes to the regulations, and that's also something I'm trying to figure out. Like I said, there's shows coming up, so I will be back on the show or on the scene and in theater again. Now, I really have to go because I need to prepare for the next show, which is at 8 o'clock. So please come join us where it is Let's Get Real with Dr. DNA and Buddy Wells. That's at 8 p.m. So for those of you who are watching, thank you all so much for all the super chats. Thank you, Muhammad Latif, for dropping by. That was very nice. Thank you, Penny Williams, Stevie, Catherine Piper. Stevie, I don't mean to sound like I'm dismissing you. I'm really not. I just that question is a really deep and complex question, and that may be something I will discuss with the boys. Tell you what, Stevie, if you're listening, join me and the boys. All right, this Wednesday evening, 8:30, where we chat with you, Stevie. Ask that question then, because it's a panel of comedians. We'll dissect it. I think it's a brilliant question, so we'll talk about it. If I remember, I'll ask it then. I'll ask it then as well. So thank you all so much. The Atheist, Yanni Vandervalt, Gentle Inflatables, Everyone Explorer, Christu, Reese. Thank you all so much for the super chats. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Please like, please share. And yeah, so Stevie's saying sorry, but I understand. No, don't say sorry. I'm just saying, like, it's a long discussion, which I will happily discuss this Wednesday. So tune in. So yeah, take care, everyone. If I don't see you later, stay safe, be kind to one another, and I'll see you at the next one. Cheers.
Hey guys, so if you enjoyed the show, please consider giving it a like and a share. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new to my channel. And if you really enjoyed the content, feel free to join and become a member. Don't forget about my fight against cancel culture. That's in the link in the description below. Support my fight against cancel culture. Go to that link and all the information is there. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching.